Inflation across the globe is out of control. Russia has cut natural gas to Europe. Attacks are taking place on critical infrastructure. Everything is falling apart. It's times like this that create market turmoil. And more millionaires are made during market turmoil than good times. I intend to be one of those millionaires. Let's go.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is International Stacker. I make videos about gold and silver and traveling the world and finding treasure. I also make videos about disaster and different things, and I'm coming to you live from the east coast of Florida. I am out here helping for the Hurricane Ian response and recovery. But I've got all kinds of videos about gold and silver, and I want to talk to you all today about something I've been heavily thinking about for over a year. I alerted you all to it, and it's had explosive results, and I really think we're just getting started. Now, as you all know, I stack gold and silver as a hedge against inflation to preserve my buying power, build a dynasty in my future wealth, and although gold and silver isn't necessarily historically an investment, I do think we are definitely in crazy times. But the one thing we all hate is inflation, and that's what gold and silver is a hedge against inflation about. But I'm also going to talk about actual investments as well, okay? Things you can 3, 4, 5, 6, 10x your money, whatever that is going to be at that time. But first, here is a picture that just shows the inflation across the globe. And I just want you to see, of course, who knows what we're going to be for September. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think we're going to be over 9 or under 9? Or over 10. Oh, man. But Mexico's not doing well. Brazil. Look at the EU. The UK. 9.9%. Ladies and gentlemen, we're like on parity with the pound, which hasn't happened forever. Look at Euro area. 10%. Germany. One of the best performing economies in the EU. 10%. Netherlands, 12%. I'm pretty sure the future Mrs. IS might live here. Russia, 14%. That's got to be way higher. And, obviously Turkey's having a horrible time. Argentina. Bottom line up front, inflation all across the globe. The one thing the United States has working for it is we're the reserve currency for many of these countries. So that's why we're not down here in kind of the lower part. But eventually those chickens will come home to roost. And that's why we are preparing. Now, as you have all seen, crazy things are happening in the EU. Liquid natural gas, LNG, was shut off from Russia to the EU. And they use natural gas for industry, to heat their houses, for cooking. Literally, you've all traveled with me around the world. And when I was in Jordan, they have like ice cream truck type vehicles going around playing music for people to get gas. Russia cut that off. But not only did Russia cut that off, there was an actual sabotage on the Nord Stream pipeline. There's the natural gas leaking from the pipeline. And guys and gals, this Nord Stream 2 pipe is underwater. It was hit multiple times, and only really advanced governments could do this, whether it's a submarine or whether it's a special team. The United States has been blamed. Russia's been blamed. EU's been blamed. Will we ever find out the truth? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. This just shows you how truly unstable things are. Americans are spoiled. Americans are truly spoiled because what's going on here in Ukraine used to happen all the time. And warfare all throughout history, tens of thousands, millions of people die. And it's only been really the last, 50 years where things have been really relatively stable since the end of World War II. And you can see there's a lot of advancements being made here in Ukraine. The Ukrainians are kind of pushing against Russia. So a lot of stuff's going on. But, this has been a shock for many people. A lot of people thought wide-scale total war like this was over. And this is an example of it not being. And this is a very historical area to battle over. And a lot of natural gas here, a lot of oil fields and gas here. But bottom line is everything is unstable and is being held, really as a weapon, as a threat. But I wanted to type in here Europe to get nuclear power. And Europe does have nuclear power. We've covered in the past how more countries are planning to get it. I guarantee you now, everyone's going to want to get it, okay? All the European countries are going to want to get it. The dream of being green and blissful, we don't need that, it's dirty, is dead because the dirty secret of their reliance on natural gas and oil from Russia has been exposed and disrupted. So, for instance, I only searched the past week, and these are all articles on nuclear power coming back to Europe. But I mean, there's literally pages and pages of pages of this just over the last 7 days. If you guys remember, I was talking about nuclear power well over a year ago, and it is all coming to fruition. It's crazy. And if Russia cutting the natural gas supply and oil supply to EU didn't show you how important really nuclear power is, I don't know what to tell you. Now, here's a few important factors you need to know before we go on in this video. 1 in every 5 homes currently in the United States is powered by nuclear energy. The United States is one of the largest importers and consumers of uranium in the world. And guess who the biggest supplier is? You guessed it, Russia. Russia and some neighboring states are the biggest suppliers of uranium in the world. And something new has happened. They started a strategic uranium supply some years back, in the United States, but they just recently made a presentation to increase the budget to over $4 billion. Does that not tell you something? Side note, you all know I'm currently base stationed out of Illinois, which has the most nuclear power plants of any state in the nation. And yes, my power bill is actually not bad there. But I wanted to highlight this company, Uranium Energy Corp, as one of the potential opportunities, and I really think it's really the only opportunity in terms of uranium in the U.S. sector. I mean, they own their own uranium. They have projects. I'll get into that. But when I first highlighted this over a year ago, the price was $2.39. It's now $4.01. Okay, and let's go to 5-day. Let's go to the month. Let's go to the 6 month. Let's go to year to date. So its highest high has been 654 or 401. Guys, I highlighted this back here and started talking about it right in here. And we're already up to 401. We're like nearly headed to a 100% increase since I put this out. And UEC owns US-based uranium, which is what makes it so good. So as Russia is cutting supply of everything, we have a supply here. So, not so many people do not know about uranium. I just think this is a no-brainer and a huge opportunity. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just what I'm thinking, where I'm going, etc., etc., etc. And to really be green, guys and gals and robots or whatever the heck you are out there, you little crustaceans, if you really wanted to go green, you need nuclear energy. All these countries saying, zero carbon emissions by 2040 and all this. If you really want to be green and have zero emissions, you have to have nuclear be part of the solution, because water generation, solar, wind is not reliable enough to provide that. Now, here again, Uranium Energy Corp. This shows it's trading at 401. That's plus 19 cents, which is nearly 5%. Another thing I like them is their projects all across the United States. So they've got Texas, Wyoming, Paraguay, New Mexico, Arizona, Canada. Of course, that's not in the United States. And if we go to project highlights, and then I wanted to also show you guys what I always look at with these types of things, which is the teams. There we go. So as you all know, I've had Amir Adnadi on my channel. I have had Scott Melby on my channel. If you want me to do another interview with one of these folks, let me know. But I mean, this is such a no-brainer to me, and it's already come to fruition what I expected, and it's only going to come even more. There's talks of nuclear escalation in Russia. There's talks of all different kinds of things happening. But one thing I do know is uranium is going to be needed into the future. We can no longer rely on one of the largest providers in the United States or in the world, which is Russia. So what better way to check out a company that's doing it in the United States? Made in America. Let's look at this. Vaca. So, you can click on each one. It tells you developments, different things going on. So, pretty neat. I don't know, guys. Am I crazy? Am I a crazy crab? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Let me know if you got into UEC when I first put out the alert to it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you don't care about uranium and you want to see other videos, or you love uranium, you still want to see other videos, I literally have over 1,000 videos buying, stacking, unboxing, using, exploring with gold and silver all over the world and giving much of it back to you. As a matter of fact, I give away stuff all the time, so make sure to hit that notification bell. And yes, I did survive the hurricane, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I got a bunch of videos backed up. I just got to edit them. This was easy for me to put out in my hotel room. I'm literally sitting in a hotel to record it for you. One take, one go. But I've got some videos backed up. I've got to edit them for you. Things are going to calm down probably in the next 2 weeks with this hurricane, and I'll start getting it out. So, guys, thank you for being with me all this time. Thank you for smashing like, sharing, putting a video or putting a comment on the video below to help it trend. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Let's get to 30K. Let's do it. Woo!
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.